Have you noticed how hard it's become to truly listen, not just to music, but to anything? Our world is full of constant noise, notifications, background sound, scrolling from one brief thing to the next, and yet very little real listening is happening. In this video, I want to talk about why listening has become a lost art, why it matters deeply for our children, and how music can help us recover it, especially in a homeschool. We might assume that listening is automatic, that if sound is present, listening is happening. But listening is actually a learned skill. Hearing is passive, listening is active. Listening requires attention, patience, and the willingness to stay with something that unfolds slowly. And those are precisely the skills our modern world is eroding. When children grow up surrounded by constant noise, they rarely practice intentional listening. Music becomes background. Words become skimmable. Silence becomes uncomfortable. Our world rewards speed, novelty, and constant stimulation. Short form content trains us to expect instant payoff. Even educational content is often designed to entertain rather than to form attention. And the result is that children and adults struggle to focus for sustained periods, listen without multitasking, engage deeply with complex ideas, sit with beauty that takes time to reveal itself. This is not a moral failure, it's a formation issue, and formation can be changed. Music is one of the most powerful tools we have for restoring the habit of listening. Unlike visual media, music unfolds in time. You cannot rush it. You cannot skim it. In fact, the tempo of a musical work is an important aspect of its expression. To receive what it offers, you must accept its pace and stay with it. So when children learn to listen to music attentively, they're practicing sustained attention, pattern recognition, emotional awareness, and discernment and judgment. Historically, this is exactly why music held such an important place in classical education. It trained the ear, and through the ear, the mind and the heart. Listening shapes who we become. What we give our attention to forms our desires, our patience, and even our character. When children learn to listen well, to music, to stories, to what other people have to say, they are learning humility. They're learning receptivity, and they're learning that meaning often comes slowly. This is countercultural and deeply necessary. Recovering the art of listening does not require elaborate lessons. It may look like setting aside regular time for focused listening, removing distractions during music study, asking simple questions like, what did you notice? What stood out? And then listening to and discussing their responses. Listening to the same piece multiple times over several weeks. Treating music as something to attend to, not just to fill silence. These small practices build habits that extend far beyond music. If our children are growing up in a distracted world, one of the greatest gifts we can offer them is the ability to listen, not just to music, but to truth, beauty, and one another. And music remains one of the most beautiful ways to begin. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.